Hi everyone, this is Rookie on your screen today. Welcome to Mathkey. Today we are looking at the concept substitution in formula. Now when we talk about substitution, we are basically talking about the act of replacing one thing by another. Suppose we have the geometric figures, the pyramid, the cuboid, the cylinder, the cube, and the prism. Looking at these four figures, the pyramid, the cuboid, the cylinder, and the cube, if we decide to replace the cuboid with the prism, then we say that we have substituted the prism for the cuboid. Alright, so in other words, the word substitution also means replacement. So both of them can be used interchangeably because they mean the same thing. Let's take note of the following. There is difference between negative p in bracket all squared and negative p squared without a bracket. In negative p in bracket all squared, the square you see here applies to everything in the bracket, which is negative p. Alright, so negative p in bracket all squared can be written again as negative p multiplying the negative p, which gives us p squared, that's p raised to the second power. However, in negative p squared without a bracket, we cannot remove the negative operation because the square you see here only applies to the variable p. So negative p squared is still exactly the same thing as negative p squared. Now on this note, if we have negative 5 in bracket all squared, it means it can also be written as negative 5 multiplying negative 5, which gives us positive 25. However, if we have negative 5 squared without a bracket, this is also written as negative 5 multiplying 5, which gives us a negative 25. Now take note that generally in mathematics, in algebra, the expression 2d can also be written as 2 multiplying d in a bracket. And 2 multiplying d in a bracket can also be written as 2 times d. And that's because the bracket and the multiplication both mean the same thing. Now let us look at this example. Evaluate 5x take away 3y plus 2 when x is 3 and y is negative 1. This just means that wherever we see x in the expression, we replace with 3, and wherever we see y in the expression, we replace with negative 1. Now let's get started. The first thing we're going to do now is to bring down our 5 and open a bracket for the x. Remember that x is 3, so we replace the x with the 3 and then close the bracket. Then we'll bring down our negative 3 and open a bracket for y. Again, y is negative 1, so we'll just bring negative 1 in place of y and then close the bracket and then bring our positive 2 down. And of course, the 5 you see here multiplies the 3, that gives us 15. And the negative 3 multiplies the negative 1, which gives us a positive 3. And then we'll just keep our positive 2 again. Of course, 15 plus 3 plus 2 gives us 20. So the value of this expression, 5x take away 3y plus 2 is equal to 20 when x is 3 and y is negative 1. One more example. Given that p is equal to 3, q equals to 7, and r equals negative 2, evaluate the expression 5q take away p squared plus 18 divided by r. Okay, we are just going to evaluate this expression when p is 3, q is 7, and r equals negative 2. Again, wherever we see p in the expression, we replace with 3. Wherever we see q in the expression, we replace with 7. And wherever we see r in the expression, we replace with negative 2. Now let's get started. The first thing again is to bring down our 5 and open a bracket for the variable q. Of course, q is equal to 7, so we'll just bring our 7 in place of the q, then close the bracket, minus open bracket p. What is p? Of course, p is 3, so in place of p, we'll bring in the 3. Remember that the p carries a square, so we'll just assign the square to the 3, alright, and close the bracket, plus open bracket 18 divided by r. What is r? Of course, r is negative 2, so we'll bring negative 2 in place of r and then close the bracket. At this point, we see that the 5 will multiply the 7, and that gives us 35, and 3 square at the middle is equal to 9, so at the middle we have negative 9, and we'll bring our positive operation, open bracket, 18 divided by negative 2, of course, is negative 9, and then we close our bracket. So this leads us to 35, take away the 9, then plus open bracket, negative 9, bracket close. How do we go about this? Remember that there is an invisible 1 in front of the bracket, so we just introduce it, and then plus 1 multiplies the negative 9, which also gives us the same negative 9. Now, at this point, be careful not to carry out this operation from the right to the left, because in the end, will result to a wrong answer. I will recommend that you watch our video on order of operations for better insight. Okay, so what we're just going to do here is to carry out this combination from the left to the right, and that's the correct way of doing this. So 35 take away 9 will be done first of all, which gives us the 26. Then take away the 9. Of course, 26 take away 9 is equal to 17. So in the end, our expression 5q take away p squared plus 18 over r is equal to 17. When p is equal to 3, q is equal to 7, and r equals negative 2. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, do not forget to smash that subscribe button down there and turn on your notification. See you in our next video. Bye.